A very pleasant good day to you, and welcome to the Swift Current Curling Club in Saskatchewan. It's the S3 Group Curling Stadium Series. I'm Dave Schmel, joined by Shawn, Joyce, Jaiden Bishop as our production today. And today it brings Team Tabitha Peterson from St. Paul, Minnesota versus Team Mandy Selzer from Regina, Saskatchewan. And Shawn, we got a nice field for this tournament.
Yeah, they've got, I believe it's 19 teams on the women's side. There's a men's division as well. Do you think you had notes on this lineup already? Because there's notes. I don't think your notes are right.
Well, that was Taylor Anderson throwing the first try.
Was it?
Yep, certainly was.
Are you sure?
I'll double check that in a second. But that looked like Taylor. Yeah, Taylor has the blonde hair there. She gets in the hack. That's Taylor.
Okay. Boy, when she got up real quick, I thought it looked like we've got Ashley Howard, who's living in Regina. Oh, no, she's with the other team. It is Ashley Howard, but she's actually on the other team. Yeah, she jumped in behind to see where the throw was going.
Okay.
So the Selzer team has a sub that we didn't know about. Now I just have to figure out. Now I just have to figure out who's missing.
But it looks like Vicky. No, let's see. There you go. Taylor's sweeping right now, and it appears that they're three-handed at the moment.
Looks like they're three-handed.
So that's Tara Peterson.
So we got a similar shot there. As Ashley jumped in behind, so I thought she'd throw the rock, but she just jumped looking at the line. So we'll get the lineups figured out here too.
Absolutely. Well, I'm gonna put that blame solely on my intelligence source.
Well, and only when it's a Bondsfield in Saskatchewan am I have to recognize it from the sub lane, because it probably found somebody not far away. And it looks like she is playing in place of normal third, Erin Barnhart.
Oh, we're further. We're way down the ends. We missed the opening few rocks. So.
No, I'm just going by who's not there. Yeah, so Erin Barnhart's not there, so Ashley must be playing third in place of Erin Barnhart. It's nicer than to play an open end where we try to figure out who each team's got playing for them actually today.
Absolutely, I still just see three on TC's side. There's Tara Peterson, and Taylor Anderson is on the brush there. Corey's in the house. So the only person I don't see is Vicky.
Yeah, I think but it does appear they're playing short-handed. So.
Yep. So there we go. That's your lineup for Team Peterson. You have Corey TC on the skip, and Tara Peterson throwing second, and Taylor Anderson throwing lead. All right, all to you now, buddy, for the red.
And the sub throwing now playing third stones is Ashley Howard. Got it to actual Russ Howard. Mandy Selzer is the skip. Megan Selzer is the second. And the lead is Sarah Slocum. And the missing player is Erin Barnhart. Not sure why she's not there today. We understand that for the Peterson team, Tabitha not there. She had a baby just a few weeks ago.
Absolutely, a baby girl. So congratulations to Tabitha. And she joins her sister Tara, who just had a baby boy in September. And they continue to go up and down the ice. I want to thank everybody who's joining us this beautiful evening. Feel free to join us in the chat. We're very happy that you're joining us here on Curling Stadium, and if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out and lets you stay abreast of all the action. And I noticed today that on our YouTube page, we launched a 24/7 streams with commentary feed.
Oh, okay. I haven't even seen that yet.
It was news to me, so I'm sure it's news to our viewers too. So when you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and want to watch a random game, we have it playing for you.
19 teams, I believe it was, on the women's side playing in a triple knockout. There's also a men's division here, not on the ice right now, and it's 16 teams playing in pools of 4. So everybody playing through towards playoffs on Sunday. I believe the women's finals actually scheduled for Monday morning. I have to double check that myself.
You are correct.
And that probably has to do with that 19 teams. In order to get the full triple in, it's a bit of an oddball draw, so it takes a little bit longer.
Yeah, I noticed it was, I believe, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Mountain is the finals on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So here's Selzer, just going to draw another one in.
Always nice to get this opportunity in the first end to throw something to the corner. I certainly wouldn't have done that during the pregame practice, so you can see how much different the ice runs to the corner.
Both teams had relatively good last stone draws. Mandy Selzer's was about 6 inches, I would say, and probably about 10 inches for Corey TC. Obviously, LSD, not necessarily as much of a tiebreaker in a triple knockout, though.
No, it only matters for Hammer in that particular game.
We'll have to pay more attention on the men's side.
Just hangs on for a bite at the back of the 12. That's huge, because if that goes just through the house, she's playing a freeze here. Still pulling up all kinds of information here on my computer, but I believe this is the first weekend. I think it's 2 in a row here from Swift Current. Now this one is more the Sask Tour level teams. You'll see some of the teams that are going to be playing next week as well. Just trying to get the jump start on the ice. I'm just double checking here. Too many pages open.
That one hit and sticks. It hangs around the back 12 foot, so the blank attempt is upcoming for Mandy Selzer.
Now I got to pull the information quick, or I'm not going to get to talk about it until after the commercial. It might not be 2 weekends in a row. Yes, I think it is.
Final stone in the first end. Mandy Selzer trying to get the blank. They make the hit and the rollout. The blank is in the books. We're still scoreless. Selzer will retain the hammer when we come back here from Swift Current. You're watching Curling Stadium. And we're back here from the Swift Current Curling Club. It's the S3 Group Curling Stadium Series. Dave Schmel and Shawn Joyce here with you. Jaiden Bishop on the 1s and 2s. It is here in the second end.
And just before we went to the break, I was trying to look up the information. We're back-to-back weekends here in Swift Current. It's a bigger event next weekend. It's the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown, and I had the information, and I haven't been able to confirm whether this is right or not, because I've got the women's event showing dates of December 12th to the 15th, so starting on Thursday and ending Sunday, and the men's says December 13th to 16th, which is starting Friday and ending Monday. Both could be right, or there's a misprint somewhere, but next weekend, and a little bit stronger field next weekend. Some of these same teams that you're seeing here in the women's and men's this weekend will be trying to get a jump start at figuring out the ice for that event with the bigger paycheck next weekend.
So we see the teams looking to get a little bit more involved here right now. Team Peterson, Corey TC called for the center guard and is drawing underneath it now. This one's hanging out there just a little bit on him.
Yeah, so it was a little heavy on the first one. Looks like she's heavier still on this one.
And that's going to skate right on through the rings. So opportunity for Taylor Anderson to try to apply some pressure here. Tara trying to hold the line now. Taylor's going to help to drag it there too. It seems to have plenty of line though.
Yeah.
Not exactly where you want that one to end up.
Yeah, not even close. They were trying at the end to get a little bit more curl. If they get a piece of that underneath, she might not be able to make the double, but she can see just all. You hit it on the nose, of course. They're lined up in such a way you should be able to get both of them. If she has to hit it on the outside, she might not get the top one out, but it'll certainly spin out fully into the open somewhere.
So this one on the way from Megan Selzer. This needs to track over a little bit. Probably not going to get them both. Get just the one, and their own will skitter out of the rings.
Does leave the shot rock out in the open now, and there's a little bit of air, so that's the hesitation here. She's calling this come around. You got to be careful not to put this in a spot where you leave a double off that open stone.
So obviously your two choices are being higher or deeper.
Yeah, if you're trying to avoid the double. The other option is to come around from, I mean, if I was doing, I'd be tempted to come around from the out-turn side and leave it dead even so that when she makes the double, she has to stay in the open. If you come around from this side, the in-turn side, and you get, say, 3/4 buried, and she makes the double onto it, she's going to be at least a quarter under cover. And that little biter at the back is, you know, that's the kind of rock that could end up on the scoreboard as the second point.
This one's going to have to hustle just to get in there. It's going to end up settling just about at the 8 foot.
Got second shot out of it. That's important.
So we're going to see a play in the guards here, possibly.
Yeah, she looked at the two options. It's hit and roll under, or you make a play on the guard and try to run it towards the stone in the 8 foot.
Megan Selzer looking for the little hit and roll under cover here. Down weight shot. This needs to come up just a touch.
Yeah, this is close to a jam at the back.
It is dead nose and dead jammed. And does hang on. So the force is going to be on most likely for sure now.
Force is on. They still benefited from the fact that they stayed for shots, so the Peterson team can't just loop another one around. It's going to have to make the hit, and you know, you could get buried. It's a 3 foot roll. Those are never easy. I think that was just a quick discussion over which turn they want to play at this.
I like the out turn myself for this.
You're fine with either one, but you know, you've watched the Selzer team play the out turn there a couple of times, and you likely didn't throw any hits in practice, so you have no idea what the intern hit's going to do.
Trying to work this over. Only rolled over just a skosh. Now, both teams have struggled to find the curl in this ice at this spot.
Yeah, the takeouts do appear to be running very, very straight.
So here's Ashley Howard. This one is a bit outside.
Megan's looking for the double.
And going to get it. She'll say thank you very much.
Now this is interesting. That is second shot. She could ignore it. If it wasn't the second into the first game and you thought you knew how to get around, you might.
So Tara Peterson on the takeout. Taylor's going to try to pull this one over. It is coming up a little bit. Does it get there enough? No, it does not. It's going to hang right on out there. And obviously, a couple of different options here. Do you like this hit?
Well, I don't mind it. You'll see a lot of teams in this situation up until at least the next Grand Slam talking about keeping the blank alive. And you make the hit, even if you just roll it in a little bit. If the exchange hits one more time, there's probably a double available. She's got to roll into the rings. You could still roll all the way behind cover, and then you're in good shape. It is surprising to see that suddenly somebody has played the intern at it.
I was just going to mention that. Now that does get that roll directly under cover, maybe with a little bit of spin. Now it does peek out just a little bit on the intern side. Nice shot, though.
Yeah,
especially the first time, especially for the first time attempting that.
Yeah, it looks to be better movement going towards the corner with a takeout.
Now they're going to try to take advantage of that stagger and draw right under. This is stepping out there a little bit, Shawn, don't you think?
Yeah, this is one where they're only playing with three-handed, so they could only be one of them lay in front of the hacks, but she can see half of the rock and the other one's buried. If you just pick it out, you're still in good shape to force. If you don't make a good draw here, three's in play. And even if you make a good draw, you're still pretty good chance you're giving up two.
So Corey Teesey with her first. Anderson just keeping it clean. This looks like it has lots.
It's got plenty of room. If it just hangs on for a bite at the back of the forefoot, that might be best bet, because then you'll get as much curl at the end as you possibly could, but it's going to slide too far.
And it will lie second, so Team Selzer with shot rock. Now, hopefully they went to school in that a little bit and got a time. Going to essentially follow the same line that Corey just threw.
Ideally wants to be, probably shot rock here, because you need some separation between the rock you're about to throw and the rock in the front of the 12-foot to get a little bit buried, but you don't want to be too much deeper than the one in the 8, or she just follows it down. So, half in the 4-foot, as much around as you can get. Corey will likely have to make a decision to try to pick one of them out and give them the chance for two.
Mandy Selzer with her first.
Lots of room, but 2 brushes down. That should mean it's light. Doesn't look light.
I don't think it's light, buddy.
That was not very well managed.
And it is going to go back, and it is currently 3rd shot.
Well, now here's the thing, too. She can come right down to her own yellow and get the force, because she won't be able to get it out. And she'd be shot rock if she's touching her own.
The berm is down for it. That's the call. So TC getting a bit of a reprieve here.
Yeah. She might want to be in front of the tee line. You got to be real careful with that, because anything in front of the tee line, it's hard to get completely buried. And if you leave too much of it open, Megan doesn't need to throw a lot of weight to play an over-the-top double on the 2 yellows. It could still be for 3. Safer to come down to the back one and make sure of the force.
Corey TC with her final. Anderson keeps it clean. Now on it now. Line looks good. Looks like we have plenty of room. It's all about the weight now. Past the guard, no problem. And it is going to settle down right on the lid.
Got good movement at the end, too. Megan can only see a piece of it. I mean, she might be able to get it out of the 4-foot, which is what she needs to do to get that one at the top to count, but I don't see holding the shooter. So it's still likely only for 1.
Did you make a play on the red stone we see half open there?
You could, but I don't know how you're not jamming the yellow onto the back.
Just trying to think of an easier way to get your 1.
Well, the question is whether she thinks she's playing for 1 or for 2, because if you're just playing for 1, you don't have to play to move it that far. Just follow it down, move it 1.5 feet. It's heavy draw, even the same weight she just threw, although she's going to need better line.
Looks to me that they're looking to see if this double
Well,
goes.
it does look like they're trying to move it, sure.
This will be a very fine shot if it's made.
As long as she makes contact with the shot stone, she should get the 1. She's throwing enough weight to remove it. You know, to me, it looks like she needs to hit about 2/3 to make the double, and I just don't see how it finishes that hard. Certainly nothing we've seen so far as an out-turn hit, even with quiet hit weight. I haven't seen anything yet to make me think it's going to curl that far. And in the hacks, she didn't think it was going to curl that far either, so... This still looks similar to the ice she had on the first one, and she had a lot more line on hers than Corey Teese did. So this is borderline too much ice.
Mandy Selzer, final stone, the second end, needs to move shot rock off the button to score her 1.
And again, that's a lot more line than Corey had.
And there is nary a brush in sight. This is heavy and wide for days. Right on by it goes. It's a steal 1 for Team Peterson and Corey TC. They take a 1-0 advantage after 2. We'll be back right to this. You're watching Curling Stadium. And welcome back to Swift Current. It's the S3 Group Curling Stadium Series. It was a steal 1 for Corey TC for Team Peterson. Mandy Selzer retains a hammer.
Better start this end for the Seltzer team with Sarah Sloka coming to the top of the 4-foot. She was deep on both of her draws last end.
See Taylor's first guard out there, just biting a piece of the center line. going to draw on down to this one. By the guard, no problem. Just have to get there for the weight, and that's going to come on down and lock itself right in there. Nice shot by Taylor. And we have an end brewing like we've seen all too many times before.
This is one of the things that happens with the 5-rock free guard zone is everybody's jockeying for position for those first few stones. Men's and women's play doesn't change things a lot. Most of these teams are so good at the runbacks. You're just looking to get a good angle in the house early in the end, and then you try to run something back later on. This one I don't think getting by, and that is in the no-tick zone, I think. So yes, it goes back. And the shooter removed from play.
And that's the thing about the no-tick zone. It's such a big penalty.
Yeah. Big penalty for a shot that was very close to made. You know, it's one thing when you try the tick shot, but that wasn't really an intentional tick shot. They were trying to play a freeze down to it. They didn't miss it by much. Probably would have had the shooter in the rings.
And for those viewers who might not be familiar with it, I know at least two that are watching. If a stone is in contact with that center line that's not in the house, if your opponent touches and moves it off, they lose their rock. Period. End of story.
It's just a new little wrinkle that's kind of been added into the free guard zone, so it only applies to the first 5 stones. So this being the 5th stone, if they do it again on the next one, it's fine. Oh, this is not a great result.
Well,
good awareness at the end to brush it past the yellow. If that stays a little higher, she might have left a double.
Exactly.
So you see Megan indicating when they're hitting this, they're trying to roll open now. Not important to be second shot here. She's got to roll far enough she doesn't leave the double.
On this one hard. Curling up a little bit. It's going to come in.
Yeah, she gets to the nose. That's interesting to me, and the reason being is that they were struggling to get the outside in hits to curl on the out turn going the other way. Well, that's the same path as we're throwing here. The in turn coming towards the scoreboard is the same piece of ice that they were throwing the out turns going the other direction, and that hit moved more than anything they threw in the second.
Oh, significantly for sure. So now Tara Peterson's going to take this one on. And there you see, it does start to come a little bit there. Trying to get a little bit extra out of it, but that's all they're going to get.
That was quiet weight.
So I say you have a decision point now. Are you going to do this? You're probably steering towards an open end again.
Well, I mean, those two of them in the center line behind cover are still going to have to be dealt with at some time. I'm a little actually surprised that Megan's going after this one with weight. This would be a good time, I think, to come in with in-turn draw and try to break the freeze that's there. And if it hangs a little bit on you, you could have made it by chiseling off that one.
That was a lovely roll in.
Yeah.
That one moves significantly more than Tara's rock did. So
with more weight too. Tara had just enough to pass it through the back line. That was firm side of hack anyway.
We'll have to take a look at each of their releases and see if there's maybe a little difference there that's causing that. So now that we're going to loop around everything.
That's the plan anyway.
So Tara Pearson, the draw attempt at anything you get on this side is going to be somewhat protected by the stagger that's now there in the rings. Got to get past everything first, though.
Yeah, it's not getting by the rock in the rings, even if it makes it by the guard. And that's not guaranteed either.
Does make it past the guard. And they'll get it down to the top. So we have a double stagger set up now. And Mandy says, thank you very much. I like that. So Ashley Howard with her first at 2.
And nobody's touching it.
Starting to come down nicely now, tracking right along the side of those guards. And just behind the tee line.
Yeah.
So, indeed, Corey TC is going to try to come on down to that and take away the end.
Well, she's not, because it's not her throw yet, but... I was trying to do the math myself, because I was sure that was Ashley's first stone, and if it's her first stone, the other skip can't be throwing yet.
I mean, I usually take their word for it, when they go to skate down, so...
The embarrassing thing is they had to let their lead tell them, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's okay. Taylor will rub that in for a while.
Yeah, sure. Leads everywhere. Doesn't change the call. It just changes who's throwing it.
All right, so Tara Peterson. Going to try and lock this in and take the end away. Unfortunately, this has to curl all the way to Ottawa.
Did look a little strong when she let go.
Going to try to work it over at the end. It's just not going to get there.
I think at the end they were trying to make sure they got by it, because you don't want to wick that on the way by, push it dead in behind.
So now a bit of an opportunity here for the Seltzer ring.
Yeah, if you could weld one right on the face here, it doesn't matter so much that you're a few inches deep on the first one. Didn't happen to notice if they changed the broom, because, Ashley's just behind the tee line on the first one, and they didn't any more than get by the rocks at the top of the forefoot.
Stone on the way from Ashley Howard. Just a little bit more room past the guards this time. It's going to hang on out there, so.
Not a whole lot less weight.
Nope. Corey's going to have something to look at here.
Opting to play the double.
You think that's probably a good call here early in the game?
It's a safe call. If she was sure she knew how to find the line to the inside of that rock with a draw, you could do a lot with a draw here, but they were a little bit heavy on the last one, and it was well outside the line they're looking for here.
So Corey TC. Taylor's got to hold this one. Got to hold a guy, got past the guard. Oh, and we're on the top one.
I do not think they were expecting that kind of movement on a hit.
So it does leave the Seltzer ring sitting 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, and I think she has to come down and sit on that again, and maybe even move it to break the existing freeze, because you're going to leave... Oh, I hate throwing guards with last rock.
Shawn, I have a professional development objective for you. You should, learn to express your feelings.
It's my job here. I'm not a big fan of throwing center guards with last rock. And here now, granted, she's in a good spot. She's sitting 3. But you throw the guard, what's TC going to throw? She's going to throw the draw around the other side. And if she's in the top of the forefoot, you can't get it out because you'll have to jam it onto the 2 reds. But the shot I like is if you come down with the exact same line that Ashley Howard just had, and you can afford to move it. In fact, you need to move it a little bit because you don't want to leave a triple. But break the existing freeze, stay frozen to the other rock, and all that Corey Kesey is going to have is a chance to maybe blast 2 of them out and give you a shot for 3. And the blast 2 of them out's not a gimme. As we just saw.
Oh, for sure. And imagine there's a hero drill available on the intern side, but we haven't thrown there at all.
Yeah, if she can see anything to hit, she's going to hit.
Oh, for sure. So Mandy Selzer with a big opportunity here early. Her first.
Again, looked like a lot of ice. She wants to get to the inside if she can of the one that Ashley just threw. Line looks pretty good, actually.
This is really starting to bend right now hard.
They're playing the guard still.
They are still playing the guard. And it is going to over curl, so. Another crack at the apple coming up for Corey TC here.
She's got to be a little bit spooked, though, after that last one. I mean, it curled a lot more than the hits she saw going the other direction. Does look like she's even tightened up the ice here, so she must be planning to throw this a little harder.
Yeah, this is going to be a little less thought, a lot more velocity.
Try to make sure you get 2 to go away.
Well, Corey can bring the heat. Corey TC with her final of the third. We're on it now. Got to get past all the guards. Pass it, no problem, and 1 and 2 go away.
It's a nice shot. It's what she would have liked to have done on the first one because she held the shooter in a spot where, if that's your first one, that yellow sitting in the edge of the 8-foot's a bit of a problem for Mandy.
Yeah, then they would have had an opportunity possibly to draw one in with their list. But it is Mandy Selzer. Line 1 needs to draw the 4-foot for 2.
Took a lot more ice here, so she doesn't want to have to deal with any of the guards. And with the line she's got, I would tend to think if she's a little strong, she probably comes to the back one. If she's curling by the back one, she probably doesn't need the backing. It should stop on its own if it's curling that far.
Final stone of the third. She has 1 in her pocket, looking to get a deuce. This needs to come on over. It's taking the line just fine. It's all about the weight. And they'll bring it down and scored it in, no problem. So hang 2 for red. It's 2-1 after 3. We'll be back from Swift Current right after this on Curling Stadium. And we're back here from Swift Current. It was a deuce there for Mandy Selzer, but almost feel like she could have gotten more out of that end, Shawn.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Sitting 3 on her first and just, playing the guard, admittedly into the house, but didn't get the line she was looking for and left an opportunity for Corey to make the double. She made it on the second attempt. And a nice bounce back, though, for Mandy on her last one, making the draw to the tee line. Had to go wide to make it, too. It was a new path.
First stone from Team Selzer is in the 8-foot. Center guard coming up for Sarah Slicka.
Little different opening script here to what we saw last end, but again, it's one of the more common ones, ways to start an end. You throw that first one in, knowing that the team with last rock and an even end is probably going to throw a corner guard anyway, and they did. Now you guard the one on center. Corey has to make a decision now. You'll see some teams just go right around the corner. That stone in the shot rock position is only just full 8. You can see half of it. Going to make a play at it with touching the heel is pretty universal for hack weight. She's got to be careful of the guard. No tick zone again.
The hack weight hit attempt on the way from Taylor Anderson. Tara holding it hard for the line. You got to get past that guard. You're past it, no problem. Make the hit. Roll a little bit off to the side. Well thrown stone.
It's yet another one of the reasons why you might see some teams go around the corner guard in a situation like that. It's a different game. There was the intended difference when they put in the no tick zone of not playing the intentional ticks, which might give a team a hard time to come back in a game. The unintended consequence is shots like that. Now suddenly, the tolerance has changed. Used to be you might tight ice a shot like that if you rub the guard on the way by. Oh well, we got the guard out of the way. Can't do that anymore.
I see she's saying, I hope for the big roll. We'll see if we can get it. Hit in the way from Taylor Anderson from Broomall, Pennsylvania. Gonna get the hit and a roll. Let's just see how far it goes. A little bit in between there and leaves it exposed.
Kept a corner underneath. It's going to be hard to stay under the center guard, and if you're Mandy Selzer, you really don't want to be rolling towards the corner.
So then ideally you're trying to lose a shooter here.
Well, no, she'll try to stay as close to right there as she can. I mean, if you're throwing quiet weights, you might be able to get to the nose and leave a corner under the guard yourself, but I don't see how you're rolling under.
Here comes that late finish. It's going to be really close to the guard. It squeaks on by. Oh, I think it even kissed it just a bit. How about that?
I gotta peek at the replay. I got 2 replays going here. I swear to the only way I think that continued to curl as it went by is there must have been gravity.
It's going to be really close to the guard. It squeaks on by. Oh, I think it even kissed it just a bit.
Direction. It maybe got by.
So now Tara Peterson might not have the same blessings of physics here. This one also quite close. He'll just hit and stick right there. Still room for one more to be touching the rings.
Yeah, and that's really all Mandy needs to do here. You hit this one and just bite, and now it becomes a problem for TC because, she's probably not going to want to ignore a biter, but she hits it again, she's out of the rings, and Selzer's coming around, so maybe you have to go around first.
On the way from Ashley Howard.
Got to stay right there for this to matter.
This is on the outside edge. And it is going to hang on to the rings underneath the corner guard.
Nice spin back at the end. It kind of cuts off the corner a little bit, but we're at the point in the end where I think TC will be happy to come around.
So, Tara Peterson looking for a top 4 here. Once again, we congratulate both Tara and Tabitha on their recent births. Fantastic thing. That's a well-thrown rock right to the top 4.
Thought we might see this run back attempt, so that's a good spot for it because they've left as much separation as they could. A foot deeper, they probably just freeze on the face of it.
So Ashley Howard being called on for the long run back here. On this pretty much right from the get-go. Got to hold it for the nose. Hold it for the nose. On the 1. Straight on back and stick it on. Does roll open, but you made the run back. Nice shot.
Yeah, we're impressed by that. They probably aren't happy.
On this
Most of these
right
teams,
the
they play so many of these run backs and they play them so well that whenever they don't stick them dead perfect behind cover,
on the 1,
they're a little disappointed.
Back and stick it on.
That was a pretty good shot in my day.
I'd take that 11 out of 10 times, buddy.
But it's funny how often you see again they play that shot so much, and all the players have become so good at it. I laugh at it a little bit when they get up after a shot like that and there's no smiling or anything because damn, I didn't quite make it right. Well, it's still a pretty good shot.
So you see that hit and roll didn't come all the way dead under, and now that leaves a little bit out there to be chased. It's pretty tight ice though.
Yeah. I don't know if she's even going to try to stay here. I mean, you've got the rock in behind the corner that'll get you the force. Here's the thing: if you stick around, you're going to roll open. Corey's just going to draw around the center guard anyway. No, she did that indication. I think with the hands was she's going to take the weight down a little bit.
Asking for just a skosh more ice. Here's Mandy with her first. Nice, easy down weight hit, probably about board weight. Past the guard, no problem, makes the takeout. And rolls to the middle of the 8 foot, so let's see what Corey likes to do here.
She's standing behind the red rock like she's thinking about hitting it. The only advantage to hitting the red rock is if you're trying to roll behind the corner, I think. And that would leave Mandy the chance to roll in or to draw in around the center. I think those are the two shots you're looking at. You're either rolling behind the corner or you're drawing around the center yourself. She's going to hit it. I just don't see that red rock ever hurting you. That's the rock that if Mandy ever had to draw around the middle, you could come off that to make the double to get your deuce as long as you're in behind cover on the first one yourself.
So here's the first from Corey TC. Taylor on it really hard to try to hold it. Going to get a hit and roll. Do you stay for shot? Did it spin back? I don't think so.
No, it just rolled a little too far. Well, that compounds the problem. I mean, you had to roll that way if you're going to play the hit and roll. You didn't. There was no sense to trying to roll behind the center. And then you're hoping that when Mandy plays this draw, she leaves you enough that you can hit and stay. But now you'll be facing 2 with your last one, and we'll see how well Mandy can get this buried.
So a big draw attempt upcoming to try to make it very difficult on Corey TC. Off and on, so the weight's probably pretty close. Now it just needs to come on in.
Tons of room.
Takes a break now. Don't know if it's going to get fully under cover, though. Pretty good, right on the pin.
Yeah, eliminates any doubt. Corey's got to play something to move it. You know, if you dead bury just at the top of the button, just biting the top of the button, nibbling it, Corey's got to make a decision. Are you going to try to catch the very edge of the button, or do you play weight to move it? No choice to make when the rock is there, and it looks like, you know, she could probably see a sliver of it from the hack. She's not going to throw a ton of weight. She only needs to move it a little bit more than a full rock's width. But she's got to get awfully close to the nose. That'll be the tricky part here.
Corey TC, the 3-time U.S. Women's Champion. From Duluth, Minnesota with her final. Has to move this red one off the pin. Taylor's trying to work it over. It's coming on over. It's coming on over. Come on down. Push it off. Now you got to stay right there. Who's going to go further? And it's going to be 1 for yellow. Score 1 for Corey TC and Team Peterson. We're tied up at 2 halfway through this affair. We'll be back from Swift Current right after this. And welcome back to Swift Current. It's the S3 Group Curling Stadium Series. We got Mandy Selzer versus Team Tabitha Peterson. After 4 ends of play, we are right back where we started, essentially. It's 2-2, and Mandy Selzer has a hammer. I'm Dave Schmel, and now Shawn Joyce will take us around the rings. Shawnee?
Yeah, more or less around anyway. It's I'm looking at the line scores, and Penny Barker, Chloe Semeniuk, actually, you can see the edge of their scoreboard. It's right next door. It was 4-2 after the third, and I could see them standing around, huddled down. So the fourth end is complete there. Don't know what happened there, but Penny Barker had the hammer as they were playing the fourth there. Brooklyn Stevenson and Corey Hurleman. It's Hurleman up with a 3-2 lead. Stevenson with last rock in the fourth there. Bobe Kang out of Korea has a 3-0 lead over Xenia Schwaller, and that came in the fourth. Andra Todd, who is a local team out of Swift Current, trailing 2-1 against Darcy Robertson, but Todd has last rock in the fourth. And Danielle Inglis, who I think perhaps wins the award for the farthest traveler in for this particular bonspiel out of Ottawa, trailing 3-1 to Jessica McCartney. She does have last rock in the fourth there. And the line scores are not in the right order, because we're clearly on sheet 2, but in the line scores it says we're on sheet 6. So that's just going to confuse me all weekend long.
Well, that takes us around the rings, and we're happy to have you joining us here on Curling Stadium. Please make sure to like and subscribe to the Curling Zone channel on YouTube. Really helps us out and helps you to stay apprised of all the different action.
6-sheet facility in Swift Current. Nice facility. Played in it myself a few times. It's not that old. I'm trying to think of when it was built. I want to say about 09, but now I'm going to look it up and we'll see how close I was.
In the meantime, it is Tabitha Peterson with, and Corey TC for Peterson's team has a couple guards up and asks Taylor to remove these Red Rocks. On the way, we're trying to push it over right off the jump. Now we think it's okay. That's because it is okay. 1 and 2 are going to go away no problem and roll off to the side of the 12.
I don't think I'm going to find the answer I'm looking for. The club was established in 1910, but this new building, it was early to late 2000s. I know that. I did see here in the About Us information in the club that they hosted the 2010 and 2016 World Women's Curling Championships, and I knew that was in the new building. So,
and looks like we're going to have some cleanup work here.
Yeah, chance to get the both here. She's running, it looks like running the guard towards the stone in the 12-foot. Just leave the one guard.
This is already over curled for that,
Yep.
though, so we're going to have to go plan B.
Playing the other double now.
Try to take it off the other way. I'll just dead jam that there. So they do remove the one off the center line. Just like a straight peel was played. That's why you got to look at it, buck up.
Well, and that could very well happen when you're going after that double too. It's never guaranteed that you're going to get that second stone, even make contact with it when they're that far apart.
Now you see, Corey called for a very high guard, I believe. But that's not the broom for it, so. Okay, wants to draw to the 4-foot. Underneath her own. Taylor's showing this all the love that she has to give. And they will get it underneath. Halfway in the 8. They lied 2.
That look on the face from if you happen to see it from Megan Selzer, perhaps suggests she can't see as much of the rock as Mandy was trying to indicate.
It's also one dandy of a double out to throw too.
Yeah, you wouldn't necessarily be looking to get the second one out. You'd be looking to push it past the guard out into the open. That's very tough. It's still very flat even for that. There's probably a better chance if you wanted to make a run at it, play hack or even bump your weight, hit the one on the outside, you could probably roll underneath the stone in the 8-foot. And even if you just roll closer to it, you might have a better chance for a double on the next one.
Oh man, he's going to have Megan go after the shot rock here. This is going to be pretty close to the guard. It does squeak by. Now, does it get that perfect roll and settled down? Corey TC is going to escort it into the open.
Yeah, but it stayed for shot, though, and when Selzer's got last rock, it's pretty dangerous to leave that one sitting there.
So they're going to have Tara Pearson take this out.
And then it might not matter where she ends up with this. Selzer's probably playing a draw.
So it's going to hit and stay pretty much right there. They lied too.
She could opt for the double if she wants to try to keep the blank alive in the fifth. Actually, if you go double across the face, she might be close to rolling all the way behind the corner guard, the other side too. Can you tell I've seen Mandy play before? I knew how greedy she was going to think on this. She could get a lot out of a hit here. Double and the roll, it's close.
Well, Ashley Howard means business now. She took off the sweater.
Going to be a little thin on the first one.
Yep, and that's going to roll right on by. So where's the best place to put one now if you're Corey?
Well, you have to come around. Come around now. You've got 2 in play, no double likely. It should take away the force take away the blank opportunity. You're playing for the force, though. Really, it's not a great steal opportunity. It would take a miss of a fairly makeable shot on the last one to get a steal out of this. The way it sits right now.
This one is taking his sweet old time to curl. Now it comes.
Oh, I don't think you want to be back that far.
Yeah, spent so much time trying to make it curl that you added all that weight to it.
Yeah. Now a chance for Ashley Howard to follow it down, sit a quarter under a guard and protect it from the back as well.
They don't want any part of this one. It's trying to come on over. It is indeed trying. It's making a noble effort. It will just tick it. Possibly opportunity flopping back the other way a little bit now. Little roll.
You're still at best a force here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure you want to roll, to be honest. You roll it behind cover, you're still behind the T line. She's playing a freeze again. If you hit it right on the nose, she at least has to play it. You can't. You'd love to roll away from it, but you can't. You jam it on your own stone behind the 4-foot. I guess you don't mind losing that stone. You could roll a rock's width or so to the center line side and move that yellow out from behind the guard at least.
Here's the first from Corey TC. Coming up nicely. It's going to come up right up to the face. It rolled just a hair right on the T line.
Yeah. Yeah, it really leaves the same shot, though, for Mandy that Ashley just had. Now, you have to make it. Looks like she wants to try to move something to help hopefully have a little bit more room on her last one. The problem is if you move something here, there's going to be a way to get yours out.
Right, the only path to a deuce is to freeze on here.
I would think so. It looks like she's going to try to drive one onto the other, stay sitting in front of it. The problem is that there's going to be room to pick it out, and this is not an easy shot.
As you can see there from the long shot, we can only see a couple inches of it. Taking
the weight down to bumper by the looks of it.
Yep. And a significant amount more ice, about 4 inches more. Mandy Selzer with her first.
That's a lot of weight for bumper.
This has got a lot of pace. This has got to curl to even get there. It's going to just catch it. Move around a little bit. It does leave Corey TC and Team Peterson sitting 3. See there, just put it there. Middle of the 8 and force her to a draw.
Yeah, and a wide draw at that.
Seems like a prudent choice after your opponent had just been a little heavy on a shot. A take out of that.
She does have an in off at the back. She could play as well if you leave this short. You know, the double on the back 2 yellows. You wouldn't want to throw it with a ton of weight because you had half a rock on the first one. You might go over the top of the second one, but quiet weight. I don't think there's any way you're getting by that yellow stone in the back of the 8. You'd get your 1 that way. We did see Mandy had to throw wide for her draw in the blank first. There's the third, and so other side of the sheet. But she doesn't mind throwing the wide draw by the looks of it. It can be a little scary because you don't get too many opportunities to go out that wide. You don't know if the speed's a little different.
So here's the last from TC. Taylor Anderson now being joined by Tara Peterson. They're just going to escort this one on in.
Yeah, bite the 8's good. You can be full 8. You don't want to be far enough in that she could hit it on the nose. So that's a good spot there.
It looks like she doesn't like going that wide, and she will play that hit out wide.
Well, I think part of it too is, you know, a lot of players have a particular turn preference, and I do think Mandy's got a preference, or has had over the years, for her out turn. So she was pretty comfortable playing it in the third end when it was an out turn draw where she had to take the middle of the 8 foot, or pardon me, the middle of the 12 foot. I don't know if she's as comfortable playing it here in the 5th when it would be her in turn.
Definitely a shot you had to make. She'll be facing 4.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty safe, but you sure want to be careful not to just nonchalant this. You hit it right on the nose, you're giving up a point, if not 2. You've got to get to the inside.
If you ever lose it a little bit outside, it's 3.
Yeah. Yeah, so this was the spot in the first end where everything was running straight on hits.
Big shot here. Mandy Selzer facing 4. Final stone at number 5. This line looks okay. Needs to curl up over just a touch. Get the hit. It will not roll over. And it is a steal of 1 for Corey TC. That'll make the score 3-2 after 5. Selzer will have the hammer when we come back in 6. You're watching Curling Stadium. Welcome back to Swift Current. It's the S3 Group Curling Stadium Series, sponsored by the S3 Group, Sasktel, Bumper to Bumper, and Hardline. It was a steal 1 for Corey TC and Team Peterson there in 5. Selzer has the hammer in the all-important even end number 6. And I would just say end with quite a few half shots.
Yeah, a few opportunities missed both ways, really. I mean, it worked out for TC at the end because she certainly had the force set up, and a little bit of a miscue on the last shot. It turns into a steal of one.
And they're repeating the setup they had the prior end, with the first one coming in from Taylor and now throwing the center guard. Which will get there eventually.
And I might have missed, I'm finally finding information. I think it might have been 2007, according to what I'm seeing. It's not an old building by curling standards. Multi-use facility in Swift Current. They've got the hockey team plays in the arena right next door, the same building, just shares a kitchen area. And
so now the draw under attempt coming for Sarah. Looks to be just a touch heavy.
And that's okay. You're coming around your own corner guard. You don't mind being deep. If the other team wants to chase you around the corner, you're happy with that. It's a different mindset coming around your own corner than it is without Last Rock coming around centers.
You see both teams working hard to score in this end. Taylor Anderson with the very tight center guard now being asked to throw one on top of it far higher.
Yeah, we've seen a number of the common scenarios here to start this first game of this event. Here it's the team without Last Rock trying to force the play to the middle. Team with wants to play on the corners.
This one a little deeper than they want. But still a good amount higher.
Yeah, triples there, though, and Mandy's likely going to give it a pass. You'd at least want to make two go away. It's tempting to go after all three of them. If you hit it right, they all go, and you probably roll to a corner guard on the other side.
This one looks to be a little bit out there. Has to come up if they're going to make contact with more than one.
Just a little. Yeah.
Ooh, just misses everything twice.
TC wants the same line. She'd like it a little bit higher so that there's more room between those. It won't be quite so tempting to go after it.
Now this is the same spot where we saw Taylor start to come over, and
well, it might be a sliver higher, but it's not much.
It's at the top of the split screen. Now they're debating whether they want to come through and play the chase here. Now we're going to consider removing things. Which would you prefer, Shawn?
Just based on what we've seen of the ice so far, the chase looks really difficult. It doesn't seem like there's quite as much finish as you'd like for a shot like that, because just a dead freeze on top of it doesn't really help you right now. If you're going to chase, you want to move it. They talked about the straight peel, and they're going to end up playing that same triple again. I kind of like this. I mean, even if you jam it on your own at the edge, you know, it still might leave you something later on. It's closer this time, I think.
On the way hard, then got to get it. On the 1, 2, 3. Jam your own on the way, but it does hang on the back, so you got rid of both those enemy's racks. Take a look at it again.
It's closer this time, I think.
On the way
Not
hard,
exactly
then
the way
gotta
they
get
had
it
it in mind, but I mean, it works.
On the
You'd
1,
like to go just
2,
a little over
3.
the top of that one so that both guards
Jam
roll
your own
off
on the way,
center line.
but
And
it
then when
does
you're
hang
bringing
on.
it back, you're probably clipping the other side of the stone in the forefoot, and it doesn't go towards your own rock. But for now, sitting one at the back of the 12-foot.
So Tara Peterson trying to draw underneath here. Loop around. They've been on this from the get-go. Give me every inch of weight and just squeak it past the guard. And that's an excellent brush to get to there. Probably just a straight peel on the top now. What did you think, buddy?
It wouldn't even be the top one. It would be the tighter one, the yellow guard.
I used to seeing the skip's head show up in that picture.
I think they're just debating whether they can see enough of the yellow. If they hit everything they could see, can they catch the stone in the 8-foot? It's hard to tell. The long guard is, you can just see the edge of it in the overhead shot, so can't really tell how much of the tighter guard is buried.
Still on the way from Ashley Howard. On this hard. Past the long guard. Yes. Gets the second one, and it will go past one of the rings. Rolls to be a second corner for them. It does guard the one all the way in the back, so it does kind of lock that stone in. So they're going to skate on down and talk about it. So why don't we talk about it too, Shawn?
It's that rock at the back of the 12-foot that complicates things here. You could guard this. It's only, middle of the 8-foot. It's unlikely you're stealing with it, but you might have to guard it to make sure you're not giving up a chance for a big end here. They also talked about, could you come in and try to jiggle it around, but you've got to get to the, and what you'd be looking to do then is come in with enough weight to tap it back, maybe a foot and a half. You have to get to the inside, though, because you've got to kind of show them the Christmas tree on the two rocks that would be in the rings. This stone looks like it's, well, maybe a sliver under the guard as it is. So they've opted for the guard. I think the guard's the safe call right now. You can probably assume Mandy's going to peel it one more time. And then if you're going to make a play into the rings, you might think about that on your next one.
So Tara's second on the way. Oops on down. Pretty sure you can make the double if you want to, though, buddy.
You could.
But do you want to?
Well, if you knew you were going to make it, sure. You're risking staying out there. That's the problem. If you dead nut this behind the guard and stay out there, you'll wish you hadn't tried it. If they're going to try it, I got to believe they're going to throw a little more weight than they had on the last attempt. If you just miss it, you want to make sure you roll off.
Ashley lending her opinion to it. Very important because she has to throw it.
Well, With that broom, they're not throwing a lot of weight at this.
Second from Ashley Howard. On the one, past the one in the rings.
It looked like they swept that to be safe. Like you make sure of the peel and then get off it at the end. And if it comes up enough to catch the one in the rings, we're fine. But they weren't going to take a chance of hitting it right on the nose and leaving everything behind cover. So now TC has to make the decision we were just talking about. Like, do you make a play in the house now? And if you do, what is that play? It's tough to just come straight around on the in-turn because it's hard not to leave a double. I think you got to play the tap. If you're coming in, you got to play the tap and get just to the inside so you Christmas tree the 2 yellows in the rings. It's a tough shot.
Does seem to be the call. You
get a little too far past the nose. Sorry, Dave. You get a little too far past the nose. You tap this yellow out in the open, and then Mandy will try to hit and roll under cover, and 2 is still alive.
So both teams jockeying hard for position in this end. Still just the 1 yellow stone in the rings. And the one hanging all the way in the back still, right? Yeah. There it is. Can't forget about that guy, can we? Corey TC with her first.
That did not look wide.
Taylor's on it right from Jump Street. Got to hustle to even get it past the guard. And it is going to just nuzzle it. Can they keep it moving in the rings for second shot? No, it's just going to be a biter.
Well, that's as close to disaster as you could come up with on that shot. You know, even if she's probably light for what she was playing anyway. She only just rubbed the guard and made top 12. She wasn't tapping that rock with that weight. She could have left a double if she'd have made it by. I have to think the only discussion here is which way do you want to try to roll. And it might be safer to roll behind the center one. You roll behind the corner, and you might even force TC to play the what's going to be a fairly short run on the yellow she just delivered. And that would give her, that's a get out of jail shot for her. Boy, I get that you don't want to roll behind the middle. It's just that with that old-time curler, you'd like to get to the corner, but there's a lot of ways you could leave TC the shot to get out of trouble here. You roll to the middle. Even if you roll past the guard, roll way over the 8-foot on the other side. You pretty much always getting your 2.
Send Mandy Selzer to throw it. Ashley Howard to hold the broom. Megan and Sarah on the brush. This is going to come up to just dead nose and stay right there.
Yeah.
Just don't feel like they were really committed to either shot there, Shawn.
Well, yeah, they were trying to play a little short little roll broom side, and I just think they were playing that a little cuter than they had to, and even if they make it, I'm not sure they're in great. I mean, they force a good shot, but if she makes it, you're only getting one. Now, same problem for Corey. I think she's overthinking this. Yeah, you make the hit and roll behind the center, your shot rock. Roll behind the yellow, you leave her double for 2. The only thing is, if she just rolls behind the center guard, does Mandy have? She's probably got an in-off double for 2. There'll be some room between them.
I don't see any place to draw that gets you out of trouble.
Oh, well, you're not drawing because then you're leaving this. That's a shot for 3. So.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess if she's really worried about doubles for 2, she'd probably try to roll past her own towards the quarter and roll behind the 2 reds. That's tough. And you have a roll out, you're giving up an easy 2. I don't mind rolling behind the center. And, if Mandy wants to try the in-off double, if there's going to be 3 feet between those rocks, it's not a gimme.
So Corey Teesey with her final. And at number 6. Looking to hit and roll to the outside.
We think. They looked at all the possibilities.
And gonna get the hit and precious little roll.
That actually might be a good spot.
Might be enough, yeah.
Well, you can't nose hit it. If you hit it off the nose, you've got to try to get it over the top of the one at the back. You can't make the double on the yellows and be in the rings. So you have to play this with quiet weight, try to push it past the red over the top, the red at the back. The center guard's almost in the way for that. I mean, it's not on this ice, but it's going to look like it from the hacks. Because you're only looking to hit half or a little less. 2/3 to me looks like it's jamming at the back.
So Mandy Selzer faced with what looks like a tricky little shot here for a deuce. Final rock of the 6th. This has got a lot of weight. Needs to come on up to get a big enough piece. Gonna hit and get over the top and hang on for second shot. And that is 1 and 2. Nice shot by Mandy Selzer there. She gets her deuce. Takes a 4-3 lead. We'll be back with the 7th end in just a moment. You're watching Curling Stadium. So welcome back to Swift Current. It's the S3 Group Curling Stadium Series. It was a deuce scored by Mandy Selzer to take a 4-3 lead. Corey Teesey for Team Peterson has the hammer here in end number 7. I'm Dave Schmel, joined with Shawn, Joyce, and Jaiden Bishop on our production. And that was a interesting end for sure there, buddy.
Yeah, interesting end. A couple of good shots. A couple of shots that were left there to be made. And Mandy on her last one made a good shot, albeit, we were talking about it after we went into the break. Maximum weight for that shot. She just got it by the stone at the back and still just hung on at the end. I thought when she put the broom down for it, she was going to be throwing a little less weight. The sweepers were kind of taken out of that shot, but it's still 2 points on the board. There's no pictures as to how you made it.
So now we're in the classic endgame scenario, which is How are you going to take the hammer home if you're Team Peterson?
Well, to be honest, both teams thinking it that way. Mandy Selzer would be happy to see a point go up on the board either way here. She's got a 1-point lead as we begin play in the 7th. If she gets one, she's up 2. If she forces one, she's tied up with the hammer coming home. So she does not want to see a blank end. The other side of that is Peterson's team would like to see a blank. But, you know, one of the things, and you've probably heard me say it before, Dave, I know that a lot of the viewers and listeners in Saskatchewan have heard me say it before. You get into this second last end scenario when you know your opposition is trying to force you to 1. Sometimes they'll force you to 3, and you have to be open to letting them.
I think we see that a little bit there, setting up this. We have that yellow rock hanging in the back 12 now.
Well, 2 is not the end of the world for Mandy. I mean, she gives up 2. She's down 1 with coming home. She's already managed to generate 2 deuces in this game. She's probably not real uncomfortable in that situation, but you have to be careful not to give up 3. And when a team gets into a position where they're trying a little too hard for the force, it happens more often than you think. You know, if the Peterson team here was to decide at some point in this end when things are shaping up that way that, oh, we're not going to get the blank here, so let's try to score. Well, 3s come out of nowhere when the other team's trying to force you.
So the shot's down there, trying to determine whether it jams on their own in the back.
I think there was 2 things she was trying to determine. I saw her look over the shoulder. Is this the 5th rock? 5 rocks are done, so she can afford to come a little tighter by the guard this time.
Yeah, they are playing short-handed.
I saw her look over her shoulders to both corners. She was counting. Not a bad result if they move the guard.
This is going to have plenty of room past the guard. And did I just bring the jam on? No, I did not. That is just going to hold on to the edge too. Get that. Did not get that last little spin.
Yeah, but that's still a problem for Mandy Selzer. You hit the rock at the back of the 12-foot, they're going to peel the guard, and you're looking at a potential blank here. So you have to come around, I think.
So Megan Selzer. On the come around, they've been on this from moment 1. And it will find a home at the very top of the 12-foot and be shot rock.
It's not a bad spot for it, though. The guard's high enough that if you come all the way into the top of the 4, there's probably room to come by and make a play on it. You've left it high enough now that
it looks like the double the double peel is going to double run back. You hit it right. You do have a chance of grabbing your own in the back on the way by. Wouldn't mind that one little bit. Tara Peterson. This one needs to curl up. It's a bit outside. Over the top of everything.
Get the straight peel.
Not a bad outcome. Yes, Ashley Howard with her first to put it right back. Trying to get this one to work over to the center line.
Yeah, it's got a lot of room.
They will get it back up, but not all the way. Tabitha Peterson looking to take this out and stay on the rings. Rolls right in front of her own. And I said this is what threes are made of.
It is, and you know, man, you might be able to make the double, but if you make the double, you're probably looking at a blank. So she actually really would like to leave that stone at the back of the 12-foot for now. But you have to make the roll behind cover.
So coming inside out is Ashley Howard.
Not going to get the roll.
It's going to hit the one in the back. It dead jams on it.
Not going to get the double either. I don't see a blank, so this is where you come around and try to get three.
Shawn, I've heard you'd make the same commentary almost every time in this situation. It's amazing how often it comes true.
Well, you know, it's a tough spot for the team without Last Rock. They're trying so hard to get the forces, and they don't want to blank in. But, you know, it depends on how you like to play. If you're okay with being one down coming home, you don't mind risky giving up two. The danger now, though, is that rock at the back 12. I mean, I guess they can see about 3/4 of it from the center line side, but it's tough to make a play on that. Plus, well, this has got to make the rings, though. Peterson still has three left. You bury this one, hitting the rock at the back won't stop you from getting three.
All three of them out there. They are going to get up there.
Yeah,
get it up there, get it over, and it is going to be fully buried. Big scrub by the team there. Team shot.
I think you can see enough.
You can see just a sliver, but you don't ever want to miss that.
No. If you can make that hit and roll that they're looking at, now you're back to a force situation. Because yes, you might leave a double on the reds, but the shooter's not going to be in the rings.
This is almost like an all or nothing sort of shot, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, boy, I can't see her going by everything here. Really depends on the weight she's going to throw. Like we talked as we came out of the break about the shot last end. I thought she was on the max side of the weight. I don't think she's throwing this one as hard as she threw that one, but I didn't think she was throwing that one that hard. So we'll see here. She wants to get some finish after she gets by the guard. If she's going to hit enough to stay, I think.
So Mandy Selzer with a key shot here with her first in the 7th. It is decidedly down weight. Past the guard, they're going to make the hit. Now where's the roll? Not much at all.
No, but it's not bad. It's hard for Corey to roll behind the red guard without jamming it on her own. Roll there. It's going to be a short run.
Don't think she has too much of a choice in the matter.
Well, I mean, you could throw a little more weight and try to roll behind the center guard by hitting it thicker and try to get it underneath the yellow at the back. There's some risk with that. You roll behind the red. even if the short run is made, you're going to have something likely. I don't think you want to be dead behind it.
Maybe a little bit overburied would be preferable, I would think.
Some kind of stagger, because you don't want to allow Mandy Selzer the opportunity to, because it's only going to be about a 2.5, 3 foot run back. If she dead sticks it behind cover, you don't even have a shot for your last one to score more than one.
Well, this one's taken off on him, and it's going to come up, and it's just going to be dead nose. Little bit of a roll.
It's not the end of the world. She's sitting 2. Mandy's going to have to make a play on it. If she doesn't make the double herself, she's probably leaving a double back on the yellows. Or, pardon me, on the reds. Well, I guess she's going to try the nose hit double. So if she nose hits, it stays right there. Yeah, she's got to get the back one then.
Giving up a hit for a blank then.
If you tried the over-the-top double and missed the back one and rolled in behind cover, Corey would have the option to play the in-off double, because now when you roll over to the other side of center, it would be there to come off that stone at a 12-foot, make a double that way for 2, albeit, if you don't hit the shot rock, you're giving up a steal. These straight back doubles are always harder than they look like they should be.
So Mandy Selzer from Regina, her final of the 7th. This has got a long way to go. It's coming up now. It's going to be close. No, it's over the top. And rolls.
Past the guard.
Past the guard. It's going to be a wide open hit for 2.
Still, it's just 2. And as I said earlier, again, Mandy can't be too uncomfortable here either. She's scored 2 deuces in this game. She's going to have the hammer coming home.
So Corey TC from Duluth, Minnesota. Final stone of the 7th end. Needs to hit and stick to score 2. Anderson just keeping it clean. Now trying to work it over just a touch. Looks pretty good. On the nose, no problem. That's 1 and 2 for TC. They take a 5-4 advantage. Selzer will have the hammer coming home in the 8th. You're watching Curling Stadium. And we're back from Swift Current Curling Club here in Saskatchewan. It's the S3 Group Curling Stadium Series. 8th end coming up. Mandy Selzer has the hammer, trailing by 1. And Shawn, Joyce, it's been a back-and-forth game here thus far.
It has been. Both teams have had their chances. We've had, out of 7 ends so far, 3 deuces up on the board and a couple of other chances. So it's been a good game, entertaining game. We got at least 1 end left to play, maybe 2, and heaven forbid, possibly 3.
We'd like to thank everybody for joining us here on Curling Stadium today. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to us on YouTube. Costs you nothing, helps us bring you more curling, including such things as the 24/7 live stream, commentated games replay channel. So you can get your curling fix anytime, day or night. Just tune on in, you'll get a random game with commentary on it. That sounds like kind of fun. Just think, Shawn, you could wake up to the sound of my voice.
Already in my, what makes you think I don't have it playing on my headphones as my white noise machine? Yeah, it's the soothing tones of Dave Schmel.
So back and forth here. We have Peterson with the center guard, and the second one did not make it in the ranks for Selzer. So
yeah, I was a little surprised she actually played towards the center. I thought she might throw one corner.
So do you think they chase this or freeze on to it?
Well, I think that's what they're debating right now. And the scary part of it is the more weight you throw, the tighter you have to start with the broom. And they've already had one no-tick zone violation in this game. But you can't take extra ice on this shot. You can't afford to go right by it with the weight to move it.
This is got plenty of room.
This is going right by it with the weight to move it.
They're going to try to carve it over, but you could carve every Thanksgiving turkey and not get that one over.
Yeah, that just was not the acceptable way to miss that shot.
So at this point, Shawn, if you're Corey TC, do you play this like a full-out steal?
Well, I think you have to play this end like a full-out steal anyway now. The early setup it's kind of allowed you to do that. You've got Corey is actually leaning towards the guard. I like what the other two were talking about. You come around from the other side. And the reason being, you play the guard, you give Mandy a chance to play a double peel, and it maybe comes back and moves that stone out of the top of the 8-foot. If she plays the double peel and the two guards that are left there now, she's going to have a hard time doing much more than scoring one. You'd hate to put a third guard out there, give her a chance to play a double peel, maybe roll to a corner guard and get the bonus of a hit in the rings. Make her do the work. Everything's pretty well lined up right now.
Here comes a draw attempt from Taylor. Does not get all the way over. It is above the tee line. See, indicating they want to come down in front of that one.
Yeah, you'd like to get to the inside corner. If you get to the inside corner, you can afford to have a little bit more weight, which she's talking about their back 8, and then try to chisel in off of it.
Also some discussion being given to opening things up.
It's hard to peel the guard, though, and think you're still going to score more than one. You have to hold your shooter here. You got to roll to a corner guard if you're going to play this. If you roll out a play, it's tough to think you're ever going to get back to a deuce possibility.
So here comes the peel from Megan Selzer. Holding it hard, and this is going to be a straight peel.
Yeah, they overswept that.
So you see them thinking about putting another one in.
Yeah, if you were going to change gears, you'd have to do it right now. Because if you peel the center guard, it's hard to see how you're giving up 2 here.
Almost looks like they want to play.
They're going
to
stick with putting the pressure on.
Yep, absolutely.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you peel the guard, you're playing for an extra end right now. You play the guard, Mandy Selzer still got work to do just to have a shot to score this end.
The stone needs to settle down. Did not take a lot of ice to come across the center. It will get the job done, though.
Yeah, I think she's running the red onto something, though, now.
Sure.
You wanted to cover a piece of that red stone.
Yeah. It took very little icing that this room was only in the middle of the 4-foot.
It'd be tempting if you could to run the red onto shot rock. I mean, it's harder because you have to get completely by the stone at the top of the 8-foot. But then you roll off the center line, too. That's what Megan's looking at. She'd like to run it that way. It's the better result because you may well end up rolling it in behind that yellow guard, too. But it's the tougher shot.
Looks like you only have a sliver to get by if you attempt that. You can flip back to the overhead for a second.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about it, the other nice thing about it is you're going to roll off the center line if you make it too. Like it's the best result for sure. To make the shot the other way, you run the red onto the yellow, and your shooter's actually going to protect shot rock.
I think that's the point that Ashley Howard's making right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's early enough in the end that might not matter in the end. The run onto shot rock is certainly the nicer result.
Does appear to be what they're lining up at this moment.
Even if you drive it across the face enough that it rolls past the yellow guard and out into, it doesn't even have to stay for shot. It could roll it to the edge, bite the edge of the 8-foot way out in the open. What does Corey Teesey do at that point in time? Like, do you really ignore a rock out the edge of the 8-foot that could end up being the winning point?
It's down the way for Megan Selzer. Holding this one hard. It's really close to have the right angle. On the one and just off the one on the top and out.
Yeah, it just rolls the raised stone out of rings too. If it hangs around for a biter back there, even still better.
So DeBay is going to throw another guard here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what she was indicating with the come around. That's maybe what she was worried about them playing. You come around, it just gives her a wider target to run that guard back into.
See, they're not expecting a whole lot of curl here. Only taking about 3 feet. Now you are traveling less distance with the high guard. And Sarah is on this one. Sorry, Taylor, rather. Sarah's not even here. I'm confusing the twins. That, too, is going to overcurl. Probably not that bad, though.
Well, the run's there if you want to take it on. The red run onto the yellow again. The problem is if you don't make it, that yellow stone is buried under 2 yellows. You could play the double peel on the yellows. That long one, the one that's just thrown is high enough it's not even in the camera shot from the overhead. So you might be able to get it thin enough to get over the top and have it come back.
That's the shot that Ashley likes.
Yeah. Well, any way it comes back, there's a potential for it to help you out. I mean, if it clips the red off the center line even, that's not the end of the world. But it could go right past it and maybe get that rock in the 4-foot.
And you can certainly see enough of your own to run it back.
You can. The scary part is if you don't make the run back,
It's really bad.
Yeah. You know, it's one thing to play a run back when you might be opening up the rock as well. It's when you're not even opening it up, it's a little scary.
So peel weight coming from Ashley Howard. This one's out there, just going to catch a sliver of it. Sliver, you get the one, you right over the top. That was tough to do.
Yeah.
So the guard's going to come right back up. That was an auto call by Corey there.
Yeah, I'm just in my own head trying to do the curler's math and decide, like, you might see her actually guard this right through to her last stone. On her last one, she might want to come in and try to take away more of the draw path, really, more than get a better draw in there. But that stone that she's got in the 4-foot, it looks like it's even got a sliver of the button. It's already enough to make it really hard for Selzer to get to. So you don't want to come in too early and give her the chance to play that run back. If she makes it, you could be in trouble. This has got more weight.
It's got more weight and needs to get some line.
You don't want to line these up.
Don't think you did.
Well,
it's close.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, it is. Well, Mandy's getting out her protractor, and I think I hear you getting out yours.
Yeah, well, and they're close enough together. It's if you're on a sliver on the outside of the yellow, I think you're making contact with that stone in the 4-foot. The stone in the 4-foot's good enough that if you've got a chance to move it, you have to play it. If you could ever stick it, and I mean, you can. The angle's there that there's going to be a way to stick it. It's just a question of where you hit it.
If you do that, you might have a shot to get to.
Oh, for sure. Even same thing I talked about a while ago. If you happen to hit it and you roll out into the open into the 8-foot, it puts some pressure on Corey Tesey. Like, what do you do at that point in time? Are you really going to ignore a stone in the edge of the 8-foot that could cost you the game? But if you play the hit on it, Mandy Selzer's coming around and she's going to try to get her 2 that way. So, as soon as you can put two shots into the other player's head, it makes everything a little trickier. You want to put some doubt into their mind. This is the chance to do it. Stick this red somewhere in the rings. Make the run back, stick the red somewhere in the rings. It's going to put some doubt in mind. Boy, if you ever stick it behind cover.
It's a big shot here for Ashley Howard. With her first in the 8th.
Needs to stay on the outside of this a little, I think.
This is kind of tight. It's going to send it up and over the top. Don't think she ever got out to the broom there.
No, it looked like it might have been a hair tight.
So you're gardening all day here, buddy?
I think you have to, because it looks to me like there's a port to get to it and roll behind cover, so...
Talking about coming in for another one. I don't know if you want to do that, though.
Hard to make the draw without leaving a double. And it would be a double where she'd be buried after she makes it, too.
There we go. Just figuring out where to put the broom down. The guard is the call.
Yeah. Question here will be, what does Mandy play on the next one? And she could play the draw around the red, try to get shot rock, and make sure she's got her chance to score 1. Hard to think she's going to have any kind of shot to score 2 if she makes that. She could play the run in on that red guard still, and if you ever make it and stick it behind cover, you still got the chance to score 2. If you don't make it, you got to roll away because you got to give yourself room to draw with the last one. The problem with making the draw on the first one is if you don't make it real good, you give Corey a chance to come down, sit on top of it, maybe move it back a few inches, and you might not have a shot for your last one.
So Corey Tesey looking for that high guard right there.
And you can see she's considering that red run because she's actually trying to take away both shots.
Trying to hold it now, trying to move it over it. It's going to get up to the center line.
Yeah, it's not taking away the run if she wants to play it.
It does protect shot stone from the port. The run is still there if they want it. All in all, nice shot by Corey Tesey.
The run is probably the best shot to score 2. Arguably, it's the only shot to score 2.
If you don't play the run, what are you going to throw?
Not sure. I mean, I would be thinking if you're not playing the run, you're probably playing the draw. It almost looked like Mandy's thinking about peeling guards just to make sure she's got a shot for the last one. Don't like that.
Well, if you peel the one on the left as you're looking, it should leave you both turns, but you're right. The real rub of it is Corey can make something better and make it tougher on you.
They're talking now about putting one in the 12-foot to leave the little slash for the last one for 2. If you're going to play that for a shot for the last one, you may as well play the run now.
Okay, she has her spot marked. Still not sold on it, though, buddy.
You're not, or she's not?
I think she's sold on it now. I'm sold on it. It's the only shot.
It's your shot for 2, right?
Yeah, if you're going to try to win right now, yeah.
The scary part of it is if you don't make it, you don't know what you're going to have for a shot on your last one at all. But, I mean, they were really close on the last one. Even if you just get a piece of it, get that rock out of the button area. Because that's a hard rock to beat with your last one. If you just clip it and everything clears, it's not like Corey can really make looking where the guards are, Corey can't really make a better one with her next one. She'd have a hard time getting it just as good, even.
So Mandy Selzer, with her first of the 8th, looking to throw the run back.
That was not narrow.
That is not narrow at all. This needs to move, and it doesn't have a shot at doing that. Just peels it off.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you want to put a guard right beside the 3 in the S3, and you kind of take away the draw path.
And if you do that, you're going to have to play some in-off to score one.
She's got the in-off, yeah. And, I mean, there's still probably going to be a draw path. It's just you're going to make her draw to a very small portion of the rings. If she put that guard right there, there's probably a port she could draw through and just chisel off the one that shot rock. If you're a little tighter to the center line, she can probably come around it, but there's not big late finish here. She's not drawing to the pinhole. She'll be drawing to the side of the button.
So Corey Teasy in a position to put her squad in a great spot here. Line 1 up by 1 in the 8th. As for just a centimeter more ice. And her last of the 8th is on the way. Looking to put one right there on the logo, right where the broom is. Taylor is going to escort it down. Carrying it down. Line's very important here.
It's really high, though. The draw, it really doesn't affect the draw path.
Just needed more weight. That is not even in our picture. So Mandy Selzer is going to need a piece of the button with her final to tie and send us to an extra end.
Still probably cut the rings down a little bit. Like, I can't see this getting all the way to the center line. As high as that guard is. I mean, she can certainly come past the guard, but I don't think it gets all the way back to center.
Mandy Selzer in the squad from Regina. Final stone of the 8th. Needs a piece of the button to tie. This has got a long way to work. This is way out there. Has to curl for a mile to even have a chance. And it will not get there. It'll be a steal of 1 and the win for Corey Teasy and Team Tabitha Peterson. They'll win by a score of 6-4.
That moves them forward in the A event, and Selzer drops down to the B in this triple knockout event. The men playing round robin. A lot of action yet to come over the next, well, it's 3 days and a bit because they finish with the women's final on Monday morning.
And we have lots of action on Curling Stadium all weekend. Join us in just over an hour. I'll be joined by Jim Nix for Steve Laycock versus Josh Bryden. That's coming up at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. But for right now, for Shawn, Joyce, and Jaiden Bishop on the production, I'm Dave Schmel. Thanks for watching Curling Stadium. Have a great evening.